I am a walker. I walk everywhere. It's not unusual to find me walking the streets in all kinds of weather. Sometimes I walk several miles. During these lonely walks, I am immersed in deep thought. I ask myself, what the hell am I doing in Williamsport? 25 years ago, I had my life all planned out. Living in Williamsport was not even on the radar. But me and BJ was hoping to find fertile ground to start life over in a new city. I had experienced a bit of culture shock instead. As I walked about and met new people, I immediately noticed a few things about the city. First, everybody knows everybody. That was kind of freaky. Secondly, good jobs were hard to find. I was an experienced graphic artist, but those kinds of jobs were practically non existent. I got a job as an in house freelance graphic designer in Danville, a 45-minute drive away. I was saving money and paying off my debts. Life was good. In 2005, my BJ died in my arms in a vet's office. I was lost. My heart was broken. Then, in the next year, in 2006, I almost died. Feeling sick, I drove home from work and laid down. Next day, I went to the hospital. The doctor said, "You didn't have a heart attack. You had a lung attack. 60% of the people in your condition don't make it. Usually they go home and die." Yeah, that was a shocker. I had DVT, deep vein thrombosis. The veins in my left leg were blocked. That blockage floated through my heart and landed in my lungs, causing multiple pulmonary embolisms. I was in ICU for 4 days. The hospital bill was over $17,000, and I had no insurance. I was depressed. A catastrophic illness had plunged me further into debt. A few months later, I fell behind in my rent, and I was evicted from my apartment. That was another setback. I decided to retire early. A steady Social Security retirement check would stabilize my life. I could get an apartment. But the government bureaucracy moves at a glacial pace. I needed money immediately, but it would take several months before I received my first check. By the end of October 2008, my funds on my emergency EBT card had been exhausted. I was still physically weak. My clothes were rumpled. I needed a haircut and a shave. Some of my friends shunned me. They were embarrassed to see me. I stopped taking the Coumadin blood thinner medication because I could not afford the weekly blood tests. In hopes of securing a job, I had volunteered to assist Williamsport Main Street manager Josh Trago. I set up my computer in the offices of the Williamsport Chamber of Commerce. On October 23, 2008, I awoke to a new day. I had been sleeping on an air mattress in an unheated room, and the air was chilly. I had fallen asleep with all my clothes on. I was tired. I hadn't eaten a decent meal in 3 days. I had lost about 40 pounds. And I had just 27 cents in my pocket. I asked God to help me. I said, "Are you real? Show me." I arrived at the office at 12 noon. I was about to sit down at my desk when Josh passed by and said he was going to lunch. He asked, "Hey, Richard, do you want to go to lunch? My treat. Is Wegmans okay?" "Okay with me," I said. I wasn't about to quibble about where to eat. Nope, these details are important. I had no money, and Josh offered to buy me lunch. He chose the cafe at Wegmans supermarket. There was no way I could have predicted what happened next. Josh and I were approaching the store's side entrance when I noticed a tall, slender man standing next to a beautiful black and white and chrome Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He was looking at me. I met his gaze and nodded, but I did not know him. Then he said, "Are you Richard?" Surprised, I said, "Yes." I studied his face. I did not recognize him. He said, "Hi, my name is Bill. I am a friend of Denise and John Bosch. She told me about your situation, and I am willing to open my home to you. Can I buy you lunch?" The stranger was Bill Covert, pastor of Hope Community Church. I accepted his offer and moved into his home with his wife and 5 kids the very next day. I lived with them for 3 months, until my first security check arrived. Bill's family is a typical middle-class family, nothing special about them except their commitment to their faith. Bill's family treated me like family. In fact, I was treated with the greatest sense of dignity and respect. I was invited to birthday parties and other family celebrations. I attended church services and met Bill's congregation. At Christmas time, the family showered me with modest gifts. 2008 was the worst year of my life. I never want to see it again. The experience of being impoverished and destitute had a profound effect on me. My feelings of doubt, fear, loneliness, and ultimately the jubilation of surviving needed to be expressed in a creative work. I decided to make a film, a homemade video of a homeless man walking the streets of Williamsport, starring me as the lead character. Now you know a little bit about my story. I have been blessed. I have been given a knowing that cannot be adequately expressed through mere words. I have confidence in the mystical unknown. I still have health issues, but I feel fine. I continue to do volunteer work for a community that has been so kind to me. I came to Williamsport a stranger and found many friends. I found my passion to serve others. I am happy to be able to give something back. Thank you, Williamsport.